Hi, good morning, Nick. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this morning's meditation space with me. I'm going to share some things with you, and I've also got some guests here again this morning. So they'll come and say hi when they're ready. So I'm going to start by reading Opening Doors Within for today. And if you're just tuning in, just say hi and where you're tuning in from. And welcome to this beautiful, blessed new day. Thanks for joining. Pioneers are always needed. Those souls who have the strength and courage to forge ahead into the new. They are the ones who have vision and who hold that vision ever before them and see it unfold. But everyone is an individual and therefore cannot be placed in a mould. You must be free to grow and develop and be inspired by those deep inner promptings which stir and move your very being. Live by the Spirit, act by the promptings of the Spirit, live by the Spirit, act by the promptings of the Spirit, no matter how foolish those promptings may be or appear to be. It is far more comfortable to sit back and wait for someone else to make the first move, to take that leap into the unknown. It takes faith and courage to be able to do it. And if you have not the faith and courage to do it, do not try to hold back or stop those pioneers who have. But be eternally grateful, for without them, my new heaven and new earth could never be established. How beautiful is that? We are all pioneers. Good morning, Jignesh. Morning, Lisa. Cool. I'm going to just do a one-card reading now from the Osho Zen Tarot for us all. And then hopefully, in a few minutes, my guests will arrive. Keep hearing pioneer. Yes, absolutely. Well, this is what's happening, isn't it, Lisa? We're all stepping into our truth, and when we do that, it makes us pioneers. Hi, Timmy. That's really funny, and I'm laughing because Timmy's only in the other room. Great. So, conditioning. It's all about conditioning. That's today's card. So. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Yeah, I don't know what it'll look like in a few days. We'll see. So, here we go. I read this card the other day, so it's quite interesting that it should come up again. But it's a real message for all of us. So, this card recalls an old Zen story about a lion who was brought up by a sheep and who thought he was a sheep until the old lion captured him and took him to a pond where he showed him his own reflection. Many of us are like this lion. The image we have of ourselves comes not from our own direct experience, but from the opinion of others. A personality imposed from the outside replaces the individuality that could have grown from within. We become just another sheep in the herd, unable to move freely and unconscious of our own true identity. It's time to take a look at your own reflection in the pond and make a move to break out of whatever you have been conditioned by others to believe about yourself. Dance, run, jog, do gibberish, whatever is needed to wake up the sleeping lion within. Unless you drop your personality, you will not be able to find your individuality. Individuality is given by existence. Personality is imposed by the society. Personality is social convenience. Morning, Ishmael. Oh, love to you and your family, your beautiful family. Society cannot tolerate individuality because individuality will not follow like a sheep. Individuality has the qualities of the lion. The lion moves alone. The sheep are always in the crowd, hoping that being in the crowd will feel cosy. Being in the crowd, one feels more protected, secure. If somebody attacks, there is every possibility in a crowd to save yourself. But alone, only the lion moves alone. And every one of you is born a lion. But society goes on conditioning you, programming your mind as a sheep. It gives you a personality, a cosy personality, nice, very convenient, very obedient. Society wants slaves, not people who are absolutely dedicated to freedom. Society wants slaves because all the vested interests want obedience. So, come out of the shadows. Come out of the shadows. Be the lion that you came here to be. Be free and raw with your own music, your own sound, your own unique expression of who you are. So we're just going to bring ourselves into this space by connecting with our breath now. And if you're just joining, please say hi and where you're tuning in from. Morning. I've got one guest. I don't know if the other one's going to show up. We'll see what happens. I'm going to have to turn this because when I tilted it on its side the other day, we just ended up not being able to see anyone. This is Timmy. Tim Barker. Laughter yoga. Laughter time, actually. Yeah, do you want to just squidge in a little bit? Do you want to say anything?
No, it's just lovely to join you on this lovely morning.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Lovely space here. So, yeah, we're going to do some tuning into our breath now. So if people want to take some deep breaths in, we're going to breathe into our bellies, pushing our belly out as we breathe in, breathing in and out through the nose, and bringing our belly in as we breathe out. Just follow me. So, and you can, just relax. So breathing in, pushing the belly out, breathing out, bringing the belly in. And with each breath, just connecting to the space that you're in. Connecting to the body. Focusing on the breath now. Just allowing everything to soften. Becoming aware of the silence that's arising in this space. It's arising within and outside. being connected to the breath. Just being with any feelings or sensations that are arising in the body. If any emotions come up, just let them. Noticing now that in this moment there is nothing else but the breath, the silence, the sensations in the body. And whatever is arising, keep meeting it with love. Keep meeting yourself with love. And the breath is settling into its own rhythm. No effort is needed. with each breath, just sinking a little deeper into this space. And if there are any sensations or emotions, anything is arising, just keep meeting it with your loving consciousness and be curious about what's happening. Just allowing yourself to surrender to the silence. Noticing in this moment there are no problems, no concerns. There's simply the breath, the body, this moment unfolding from this place of presence. And if you're just joining us now, please just take some silence with us. Noticing how your body is always now. Everything that is occurring in the body is bringing you here. The body is not existing in the past, it's not existing in the future, it's simply here now. And it's the point of awareness that we experience everything from. Our body is our universe. going to read a little bit from 40 Verses on Reality by Ramana Maharshi. The self alone is knowledge, is truth. Knowledge of the diversity is ignorance, is false knowledge. Yet ignorance is not apart from the self, which is knowledge. Are the ornaments different from the gold, which is real? So the world, with all its multiplicity of shapes, colours, smells, tastes, and so forth, is nothing but pure consciousness, in substance, like variously shaped jewellery, which is nothing but gold. To perceive shapes, colours, smells, and the like as different from one another is ignorance, is illusion. But to see them as the single substance out of which they are made, the pure mind, is true knowledge. Yet ignorance is not apart from the self, because all experiences as thoughts come from the self and are witnessed by it. The I existing, you and he also exist. If by investigating the truth of the I ceases, you and he will also cease, and will shine as one. This is the natural state of one's being. You and he are the world. It stands and falls with the I or ego, which constructs it. Realizing one's being is realizing the whole world to be the same effulgent being, the one. This state of being is experienced by the self-realized man, in the waking state consciously, and by all men in the dreamless sleep. In dreamless sleep, Sushupti, the I, like everything else, disappears, and one remains in one's native state, in the true I, but generally without retaining memory of this condition on awakening. On the present, the past and the future stands. They too are the present in their times. Thus the present alone exists. Ignoring the present and seeking to know the past and future is like trying to count without the initial unit. The present is always, for even the past was the present in its time, and so also will the future be the present in its time. Whatever happens, therefore, happens only in the present. When Methuselah was born, he was born in the present, and when he died, after 9 or 10 centuries, he died also in the present, despite the later date. Similarly, all that happened to him between those two events happened also in the present. Thus the present is the only significant tense in actuality. Moreover, let us not forget the fact that time is made of instants which are so minute as to have no room either for past or future, but for the present alone. The next verse will tell us that even the present is unreal, being one of the notions of our mind, as past and future are acts of our memory. Do time and space exist apart from us? If we are the body, we are affected by time and space. But are we the body? We are the same now, then, and forever. Of course, time and space are mere concepts in us, because in our long journey in life, we pass through multitudes of experiences. We have to conceive past, present, and future in order to arrange them conveniently in their sequence of occurrence in our memory. Because we perceive multiplicity, we have to conceive a space in which to accommodate them, like the screen on which the cinematograph Pictures are spread. Without a screen, there can be no pictures. The screen on which the universe actually appears and moves is thus our mind, from which it emanates as thoughts, either of external physical objects or of internal concepts, sensations, emotions, including the senses of time and space. Those who take themselves for the body take time to be the creator and the destroyer of all things, and thus it inspires them with great fear. Fear of the future, calamities, of death, of loss, of fortune and position, or whatever it may be. Many of them consult astrologers to read the degrees of time and foretell events long in advance of their occurrence. To them, birth, youth, old age and death, creation, preservation and dissolution, past, present and future, health and disease, prosperity and adversity, all exist without a shadow of a doubt. They fall prey to time and its vagaries. The others, who know themselves to be pure spirit, are bodiless, timeless and spaceless, and Bhagavan affirms they are thus free from the hallucination of we are alone, time and space are not. To those who have not realized the self, as well as to those who have, the body is I. To the former, the I is only the size of the body, whereas to those who have realized the self within the body, the I shines without limits. This is the difference between the two. The jnani, the self-realized, like everybody else, refers to the body as I, whereas the others confine their I to flesh and body and to its height and breadth. The jnani takes his I to be life which pervades the body as well as the limitless space outside of it. Realization is the direct and undoubtable proof of this truth. To those who have realized the self and to those who have not, the world is real. To the latter, its reality is confined to the spatial measurements of the world, whereas to the former, it is formless and shines as the subterraneum of the world. This is the difference between the two. The space which the world occupies is the limit of its reality to the ignorant, Ajnani. But to the jnani it is limitless. It is the limitless subterraneum of the world. Science tells us that space is not material. That is, it is not made of atoms and molecules like the objects which occupy it, to be visible to the eye. The perception of space by the eye is the worst illusion men suffer. Space is a mental concept, i.e., it is a projection by the mind to make the reality of the world plausible. If space is a concept, so should be the objects that occupy it, notwithstanding their atoms and molecules. All the universes and galaxies in the cosmos are made of atoms and nothing else. But what are the atoms after all but the indestructible, absolute energy? The jnani experiences this energy as the pure intelligence that is himself. The absolute reality is thus absolute energy as well as absolute consciousness, Sat as well as Chit, omnipotent, omnipresent as well as omniscient, the world as well as the creator and the seer of the world. Morning Moira, morning Tony, morning Nina, morning Abjit. If you've just tuned in, you can watch the replay of this. Thank you all for sharing this sacred space with yourselves, with us here this morning. Many blessings to you all. Have a blessed day. Om Shanti. Shanti Shanti.